Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting video of Top Movies Recap. I hope you are all well. Today I am going to talk about Reminiscence. Before starting the video, please subscribe to our channel. Reminiscence is a film that has crept up on us with little to no promotion, but it does have a few components that will pique people's interest. Hugh Jackman, Thandie Newton, and Rebecca Ferguson star in the film, which premiered on HBO Max in the United States and in theaters internationally. However, the picture features not only a fantastic ensemble, but also a tremendous creative genius in Lisa Joy, co-creator of Westworld. Reminiscence, like West Environment, is set in a roughly near-future world in which technology growth and societal decline go hand in hand, linked by the most basic human nature. Within this, we follow Hugh Jackman's Nick Bannister, an Army veteran turned private investigator who utilizes a piece of sophisticated equipment to rummage through people's memories. He does anything from helping individuals find their keys to allowing them to relive their fondest moments. But his world is turned upside down when Rebecca Ferguson's me shows up, and when she departs without a trace, he devotes his talents to track her down, an obsession that grows as he tries to figure out who she truly was. We begin our voyage in Miami, Florida, which has been inundated as a result of a natural calamity. In the subsequent upheaval, wealthy people known as barons bought up the dry land and built dams to keep themselves safe from floods, leaving the sunken coast and the remainder of the city to fend for themselves. Because of the unbearable heat, the population is primarily nocturnal, working in pubs and businesses that are carried by boats along streets that are now waterways. Nick and Emily Watts Sanders, played by Thandie Newton, run a facility that allows people to relive their memories, which are shown in a 3D computer hologram as the subject relives them in a water tank while drugged. The science is never fully described, and I believe that more information would have aided in the development and fleshing out of the world building and logic within the story beats. However, there are some interesting scenes in the film, such as the cops using the machines to lead depositions into people's recollections to aid in the building of cases. These memories are also preserved on cards and kept in a padlocked vault after they have been viewed. Nick says that the recordings are for everyone's safety. As a result, it's evident that no one is having a good time. However, one day, a lovely woman named Me appears and asks them to assist her in finding her keys, which they do, leaving behind a pair of earrings in the process. Nick locates her and the two embark on an epic love affair, but it quickly becomes evident that the love we're witnessing is actually a memory Nick is reliving. Me has vanished in the now, and Nick is troubled by her absence. So he sets out to find her, but Watts is concerned about him and her floundering business. Even their regular customer Elsa, who is also a Westworld regular, hasn't arrived to repeat her past with her old man lover, played by Angela Serafian. Not to add that one of the barons, Walter Sylvan, has died, and a judge has declared that all of his lands would belong to his son Sebastian and his wife Tamara, whom the district attorney has been attempting to prosecute unsuccessfully. Nick, of course, is unconcerned at the time because all he wants to do is find me. And as a result of his memory hunting, he learns that she was once a heroin addict in New Orleans, prompting him to travel there to check if she had returned. Instead, he encounters St. Joe, a drug dealer with a chip on his shoulder with whom he has a near-fatal battle, only for Watts to intervene and save him. Watts later confesses to Nick through her recollection that the day before she left, he came to her and they had an honest talk in which she shared her past, and Watts admitted she has an estranged daughter. Me, on the other hand, takes advantage of a rare moment of alone to sneak into the vault and grab a memory card. Elsa was the owner of the stolen card, and Nick discovers that the man Elsa had been reliving in her memories was none other than the now-deceased Walter. He and Watts fight and he fires her, but due to their tight friendship, this won't last long. Nick then sets out to find Elsa, only to learn that she has been murdered and her son has been abducted by a red-haired lady whom he correctly guesses to be me. Cyrus, a nasty cop-turned-henchman who has appeared in previous recollections, helps him figure out where he went. He kidnaps Cyrus after another near-fatal fight and investigates his memories, which reveal the information he's been seeking. Me tells her narrative in Cyrus' memory, describing how she was a drug addict who was tricked by Cyrus into setting up Nick in order for them to take Elsa's memory and find out where she and her son were on Walter's orders. In the end, though, Nick discovers that Me has actually fallen in love with him. She performed the assignment, but Walter had already died, and Sebastian wanted his half-brother out of the way, so he ordered the executions of both of them. Me followed Cyrus to Elsa and saved her son from being slain. You know, I already told you it's the only location I could think of to feel safe, she adds when Cyrus asks where she's taken the youngster. We'd also realize that she is aware that Nick would ultimately discover this recollection, and it is evident that she is conversing with him. She took him to a secluded house on the river where she'd been rescued by the owner, a single woman named Frances, which she told Nick about at a vulnerable time. She then overdoses and throws herself out a window, knowing that the only way to keep the boy safe is to delete access to her memory. In response to this and learning the truth, Nick raises the machine's voltage, frying Cyrus' brain and permanently imprinting this memory on his mind. He then travels to Sebastian, where an entire universe has been created to prevent Tamara, who has a memory of her own burnt into her brain, from losing her mind and reliving a happier time with Walter. Nick approaches Sebastian, informing him that he knows it was he who ordered Cyrus to kill Elsa and the boy, but it's too late now because he's already told the cops where he'll be found. Nick then travels to the institution where Watts currently works to inform her of what has happened. He explains that he made a deal with the DA to get away with purposely frying Cyrus' brains after discovering what had transpired. However, even after leaving the predicament, we learn in a brief concluding scene that Nick has been imprisoned for years and years in the future. I suppose it's the only way he can be happy about his infatuation, and we find that he essentially keeps repeating his own memories of me, which are narrated in a film noir style, and which the audience hears as well. Watts is now a grandma looking upon old Nick, who is still in the tank, reliving his brief relationship with me until his death many years later. Despite how perplexing it may appear, the finale to a narrative about love, money, and retribution is actually rather simple. And while I had some difficulties with the pacing, the development of storylines, and the lack of world building on show, I must say that this is an idea that I admire, especially in a time when we don't see many unique films on this scale. But that was my video describing Lisa Joy's Reminiscence's plot. Reminiscence, as I alluded to earlier, was a fantastic concept. It connects ideas from old noirs and recent sci-fi movies, and I believe the setting and potential were all there. However, I believe the execution might have been far better, as the screenplay was at times shallow, and there was insufficient world building to sustain the plot. This is what Lisa Joy excelled at in Westworld, particularly in her Season 2 episode, and I can't lie when I admit I was disappointed with similar themes in her debut film. I believe there is a lot going on here, and I believe the film might have benefited from better dialogue and more time to develop the many elements and key ideas. Is Lisa Joy better suited to the medium of television? Perhaps, but I believe the concepts she explored had the potential to be unforgettable. Rematches may persuade me otherwise, and I'll undoubtedly give it another shot, but for now, I'm disappointed with the co-creator of the West's current attempt. Hopefully, with new projects like the Fallout TV series and Westworld Season 4, which I'm still very eager for, this will change, but we'll have to wait and see. Reminiscence gets a 6.75 out of 10 from me. I hope this helps some of you comprehend the movie a little better, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Lisa Joy's Reminiscence. We hope you enjoyed our today's video. If you did like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest and interesting videos.